Hi, I'm Nikita.
And I'm Lena.
We're two best friends with endless curiosity and plenty to say.
Join us as we dive into everything and anything life throws our way.
From hilarious stories and pop culture hot takes to life lessons and deep dives, no topic is off limits. Whether you're looking for a laugh, a new perspective, or just some fun company, this podcast feels like a chat with your bestie.
Get ready for unfiltered conversations, lots of laughs, and a whole lot of heart.
This is Two Voices, One Vibe.
Okay.
Are you good now?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back.
Welcome back to Two Voices.
One Vibe. I'm Nikita.
And I'm Lena, your hosts.
And here we go.
Here we are. Who missed us?
I missed us.
You missed us?
Toby apparently missed us over there crying.
Yeah. He's just like mean mugging me right now. Your dog literally looks at me and goes, I'm like texting you. I'm like, I think there's something wrong with your dog. And you're like, no, he's fine. I'm like, well, okay. That's cool.
It's usually just him being a brat. Yeah. Or that's him telling you he needs to go out.
I just took him out and he just peed and pooped.
Yeah, now he's just being a brat because he knows we're recording.
And he knows he needs to be quiet, so he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
story kind of like a kid.
It's also kind of like Annabelle. Can you hear her? She might be joining us today.
Good old Annabelle.
It's a thing, it happens. Yep. When you love me, you have to love all of me. All my personalities.
I was going to say all your personalities.
All my voices, all the things. Yeah.
Because there is multiple personalities.
Oh, no, I thought she was coming. No. Sure. I was waiting for her to make her debut on this episode.
Oh, she's been on episodes before.
Yeah, I know. I thought she was just making a comeback. But she will come up at the least opportune time.
I don't remember. Was she on our last episode?
She might have been.
I don't remember.
Yep.
But I'm sure she'll show face again.
She will rear her ugly head when it's the best time. When he's talking about something very serious and you're here. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's joining us.
She's your best friend.
No, you're my best friend. Oh. You set yourself up for that. You just wanted to hear it. Yeah.
I love you. Anyway, so what are we talking about today?
So there's a lot that happened. I got back from my trip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to fill us in on that? How'd that go?
It went great. So I went to Mexico. It was a byproduct of New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. So I told you I had posted a picture of the luggage that you got me for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I posted on social media, and I was like, when you get new luggage for Christmas, then you don't have anywhere to go. So I said I was accepting offers, which somebody took me up on. And so Mr. New Year's.
Mr. New Year's, is that what we're calling him right now?
We'll call him Mr. New Year's for now. Yep, until he gets his own name. So Mr. New Year's was like, why is that funny?
I was going to say something, but I can't.
You can't say it because it's too close to his name.
Yes.
I know. Because I nicknamed him that on our trip.
I know.
But it's way too close to his name.
Yeah.
So we'll have to come up with a name for him in due time.
We should ask him what he wants his nickname to be.
We should. I'm sure it'll be something like Ewan McGregor. Macaulay Culkin.
I can't.
That wasn't even the right. That wasn't even the right accent.
No, not even close.
Yeah,
not even close.
Colin Firth. No, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Okay,
I'm not good with accents.
Okay, let's focus. Trip. How did the trip go?
So the trip was amazing. The resort was really small.
Was it? Where'd you stay?
Yeah, we stayed at the Grand Oasis Tulum.
Okay.
So super small resort. Food was great. So as soon as we told the chef that I was gluten-free, he swears the chef had a thing for me, which may or may not have been true. Mm-hmm. But he made me anything I wanted. He came out and he was like, you want sushi? You want gluten-free pizza? I have pasta. I can make you steak, but not the steak on the menu. I have filet mignon for you. And he was like, just don't tell anybody else. And so he would literally come out with a whole tray of tacos, and it'd be like shrimp and lobster tacos and filet mignon tacos, and it was not on the menu. So people would walk by and they'd be like, ooh, what's that? And we're like, nothing. They're like, where'd you get that from? And I'm like, I made it. Because I didn't want to throw him under the bus, you know?
Yeah.
So the food was great. We did not have any bad meals. He told me, he's like, I'm going to make you like chocolate? I'm like, I love chocolate. He's like, I'm going to make you chocolate muffins for breakfast. And so Mr. New Year's Eve was like, what is this guy doing? He's baking for you now? And I'm like, are you jealous? And he's like, no, is he going to make me some too? So he reaped the benefits of me being gluten-free because he got to eat all the really good food too. Mm-hmm. So the food was great. We made a lot of friends. There were a lot of really interesting people in the resort. The first night that we went to the club, this woman walks by. I mean, and when I mean walk, I mean she's pretty much running. She was wearing this bright yellow dress. And all of a sudden she yanks me. Never seen this woman in my life. Yanks me by my arm. Almost like dislocates my shoulder.
Oh.
Yanks me, pulls me away. I have a drink in my hand. Goes flying. Pulls me onto the dance floor, so we all start dancing. So I sneak away to get back to the bar. And all of a sudden, like 15 minutes later, I look over and she's motorboating the guy next to us. So she became Motorboat. We called her Motorboat for the rest of the trip.
Oh, that seems like an appropriate nickname.
It turns out that she was from Texas. And she, I think, was the only other American, her and the guy that she was with, because everybody else that we met was Canadian.
Oh.
So they were either from Montreal, from Quebec, a couple people from Toronto, but mostly French-Canadian. So a lot of French-speaking people at the resort. The pool was great. The swim-up bar was a lot of fun. Drinks were good, nice and strong. The pool was freezing cold.
Really?
I don't know why. I don't know why the pool water did not get the memo that we were in Mexico.
Yeah.
It was so cold. So he would always go into the pool before me. He'd be like, babe, what do you want to drink? And I'd be like, mojito. So by the time that I actually got into the water and got to the bar, my drink would be waiting for me.
After you got acclimated to the water.
It was so cold.
That's the worst.
Yeah. So it was great. We had a really fabulous time. It was nice to just kind of like get away again, disconnect, and just have that time together too to figure things out. You know?
Did we figure things out?
Oh yeah, we figured them out.
Oh, what did we figure out?
It's a thing.
Oh, it's a thing?
It's a thing. I'm
like
officially
official.
like off the market. It is a thing. We are doing this.
Oh.
It was not the right timing for him 3 years ago.
Right.
It was not the right timing for me 6 months ago.
Right.
So he gave me time. And
which you needed.
I needed time. I needed space. I needed just to kind of heal, and I needed time with my friends and my family and to do things that I wanted to do for me. And he gave that to me. And he was really patient and really understanding and really kind. But I think the most important part for me was that he never gave up.
Right.
And it wasn't like in a creepy way where he was like stalking me and not leaving me alone, but he just wanted to be relevant in my life.
Right.
And just understand how I was doing and how my family was doing. And he would just check in and ask me to go out to dinner. And I would always try to split the bill with him because I didn't want him to think I was just using him to go to dinner. And
Absolutely.
He would never let me pay. And it wasn't anything. Like, you know, we never went home together afterwards. We never anything. And we just kind of really took it very slow to get to. I mean, there were times we'd go to dinner once every 6 weeks, like would be a month or so since we saw each other. And we just took it really slow, and here we are doing adulting things, mature, healthy, good things.
Look at you being mature and healthy.
I know.
Who are you?
I have no idea who I am. I even ate sushi.
I still
ate raw fish.
cannot
Yeah.
wrap my brain around that.
Yeah. He made me fall in love and eat raw fish in the same week. Like,
Wait. Back the truck up.
I just figured I would like throw that in there and just let it slide, and
Did
maybe
you
nobody would
think
catch it.
I was gonna not catch that?
Yeah. That's
So
the thing.
we're in love?
We're in love. Yeah. It's so like cheesy and corny, but it's good.
I know. I've
It's
seen
good.
text messages.
I know. But like, so I told him, so one night we were in the hotel, and I looked over at him. He was like laying on the bed watching a movie or whatever. And usually I would look over at somebody and think like, oh, that's the man I love, or oh, he's so handsome, or whatever it is that I would think about him. But for the first time I looked at him and I was like, wow, that man loves me.
Aw.
And I didn't mean it in like a disrespectful way at all. Not that I don't love him or I don't think
Right.
he's handsome or whatever it is. But just the fact that when I look at him, I see the way that he looks at me. And it's the first time somebody's made me feel like that. And I can honestly say I've never felt so safe or secure with someone before.
Aw.
So like my feet hurt the one night we were dancing at the club for hours, and I was wearing heels, and I'd taken my heels off, and we go to walk outside, and there's like a cobblestone walkway, and I couldn't walk on it with my bare feet, otherwise it would hurt. And without even thinking twice, he just picks me up and carries me, and just like the sweetest things ever. We get back to the room, and I was so tired and just wanted to go to bed, but my feet were dirty and I didn't want to climb in bed. He gets in the shower and washes my feet for me, so I didn't have to get wet, and carries me and puts me in bed.
Aw.
Right? Isn't that like
That's sweet.
super thoughtful? Like he just does really thoughtful things.
That's good. So now my next question would be, you ready?
I don't know if I'm ready, but I am.
Did he actually ask you to be his boyfriend?
No, he did not ask me to be
Girlfriend?
his boyfriend. So he did ask me, but I made him ask me. So I told him.
Annabelle.
Yeah, see, she got excited. She's here for the conversation. She's like, wait, I was there when it happened. Me too. I made him ask me because
You're a child?
I didn't want to assume at this
Okay.
point in life, you know, moving forward from here. So I just kind of think it'd be funny if he was like, oh yeah, for all these months I've been pursuing you, and you know, now that you're in love with me, yeah, I'm seeing somebody else too. So I didn't
imagine?
I'd probably go back to Mexico and drown him. So I didn't want to assume, and I wanted to know that what we were doing was intentional and that we were both on the same page,
Yeah.
in the same book, reading the same language, for the first
Cool.
time. So, I did want to understand, like, so this is what we're doing. We are exclusive. We're not seeing other people. We're giving this our best effort. And it was a resounding yes. So
A resounding yes.
A resounding yes.
So how did he go about asking you?
So he kind of laughed and rolled his eyes. And he's like,
did that like piss you off?
no, because it's just his
okay.
personality.
Okay.
And he was like, do you really need me to say it? And I was like, yes, I do. And I'm like, because I don't want to assume. And he's like, will you be my girlfriend?
Aw.
And I was like, yes, I will. And he kissed me and he looked at the bartender and he was like, we're in love.
Oh God.
And the bartender was like, ¿qué? So I translated into Spanish for him, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah," and it was like giving like the rock on sign.
Aw.
Yeah, so it was cute. It was cute.
Oh, that's so funny. Did I ever
Yeah.
tell you about I have an ex and we were dating and I'll never forget this. He had turned around and he goes, "What would you do if I asked you to be my girlfriend?" And me being the jerk that I am, I was like, "Well, why don't you ask me and find out?" And he kind of looked at me and he's like, "I thought I just did." I was like, "Oh, that was you asking me."
You're like, that's not what happened. That was a what if question.
I was like, "Oh, is that what we're doing here?"
Yeah.
I was such a jerk.
Yeah.
But we wound up being together. But it just made me think of that. It was so
Yeah.
funny. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, ask me and find out."
Yeah. No, I
just did.
He wasn't going to ask me, but I made him ask me because, like I said, I've been in situations before where I thought this was something and they thought it was something else, and I just wanted to make sure that we both had the same understanding.
Yeah.
That way, moving forward, there were no surprises.
Yeah.
you know?
No, that makes sense.
That way, the first surprise, I could be like, that was not what we agreed on, bro.
Bruh.
Yeah, bro.
Bruh.
Yeah. So, I mean, now that we're on the topic of Mr. New Year's, you met him.
I
finally.
did. Yep, I did meet him.
Okay.
And I thought he was very nice.
Yeah.
I don't have anything bad to say about him yet.
Oh.
Operative word. yet.
Okay.
Give me some more time.
Yeah.
Although I will say, so you started a group text message between the three of us because you
Yeah.
wanted him to meet me.
But this was your idea, and I thought it was fabulous.
Right.
Yeah.
So you started this group message and you're like, "Mr. New Year's, meet Nikita." And Nikita, meet Mr. New Year's. And I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And we go back and forth a little bit. So then the other day I'm at your house.
Yeah.
And me and the kids are getting ready to leave. And the group text message goes off. And I open the message. And
Oh, Lord.
it was Mr. New Year's. "Good night, baby. I love you. I will see you tomorrow." And I about lost it. And I took my opportunity and I'm like, "Oh, babe, I love you too." And I just played right into it and he was really cool about it.
He about shit himself when he realized.
I know. His response was, "Ah, fuck."
So that was our recap. So that was
Yeah.
our Mexico trip. Came back with a whole boyfriend.
A whole ass boyfriend.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And look at me. From our first podcast, where I'm like, I don't care about anybody or anything other than my friends and my family. And now I'm like, I love my boyfriend. Yeah. Who am I? And I'm eating sushi. I'm sick. I'm sick of me. I hate me.
I don't know who you are.
I know.
But you're just starting to eat sushi. Talk to me when you eat more than a California roll with.
Well, it had like tuna in it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, there was tuna in it. It was
Oh, I
like
didn't
tuna
realize that.
and avocado.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There was
I'll
definitely,
give you that then.
but I don't know that I could do like the sashimi with like the pieces of the whole fish over the thing.
Rice.
Yep, that freaks me out.
Well, although sushimi is just raw fish, it's not.
Oh, I thought that was crudo.
No.
I don't know. See, I don't really know enough about these things. I feel like if I eat a whole just flat ash chunk of fish, it's gonna come back alive. If not in my mouth, in my
I
stomach.
love sending you those Instagram reels.
So gross. Yeah, something about rotten fish that just doesn't compute in my brain, but I'm trying. I have an open mind and I'm trying new things. I'm growing and learning as a person.
Are you though?
Yes,
Okay.
I think I am.
Do you like my other mic?
I do. It matches your tie-dye hoodie, by the way. It's perfect.
Oh, how's your hair?
So it's less orange and pink than it was yesterday. That was interesting. So apparently when you have like really blonde extensions, you can't use regular sunscreen.
Yes.
So I was aware of this and I have been using mineral sunscreen. However, I was spraying Mr. New Year's with regular sunscreen and I guess there were other people around me. So I don't know. I mostly had my hair tied up in a bun and I was wearing a hat for the majority of the time that we were out and about anyway. So I'm not really sure how it happened. Some people are like, maybe it's the chlorine. I don't know. But my hair turned orange and pink. Like, bad.
Yeah.
Really, really bad.
I thought, when I first saw it, it looked more brass to me. I didn't see the pink tones, but you swore up and down there was pink in there.
No. It was pretty bad. And even Mr. New Year's was like, wow, that is an interesting color. And I'm like, I'm like, it's a good thing pink is like one of my favorite artists. I could be like, I just like my pink. But it was really bad. So I went online and I started Googling how to get the pink and orange out of hair from sunscreen mishaps. And I found this product called like Malibu C or something. Yeah. So I ordered it on Amazon and it came the next day. And I was never so excited for my Amazon driver to get there because I just wanted to wash my hair in the worst way.
I remember you saying that.
So it definitely looks better than it was. There's still some weird tingy things, but I did order new hair. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to wash it again one more time before I get my new hair, put it. And
you go Thursday for that, right?
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm excited.
I can't wait to get my extensions moved up and my color done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time.
I still got another couple weeks though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I could go longer in between the move-ups. I don't feel like I have that much growth. Like, it's not bothering me. But I guess, I don't know if it's because of vacation or all the issues that I've had, but I've had a lot of things popping and beads coming out.
Well,
so it needs to be fixed.
The beads popping, that's normal. That's not anything abnormal. Because I always have a couple beads that pop. And I had talked to my hairdresser, who's also your hairdresser, about it. That's completely normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen the first time. But the first time I felt like I had more growth by the time that I went for my move up. This time I don't feel like I have as much growth, but I feel like I have a lot more nonsense happening.
Nonsense.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's that.
Good times.
Yeah, it was definitely good times.
Look at you being such an adult.
I know. It's so weird because like now we're talking about like doing adult things together with like families, and he's like, I want to meet your dad and I want you to come on vacation with my kids and I want to do this and I want to do that. And again, it's not like we just met.
Right.
So it's like, oh my God, it's so soon. But it's like a big deal, you know? But I'm excited about it. His kids seem super well adjusted. And like I've spoken to them on FaceTime and I've met his oldest daughter. And she's like super awesome. She's great. We had a lot of fun together. So I'm equally as excited to meet the other two. He's got 3 kids.
Yeah.
First of all, never thought I'd date another guy with kids. Never thought I'd date a guy who had 3 kids. Never thought I'd date a guy that was foreign and not born in this country and had an accent. Like the whole night. There's so many things, you know. And it has nothing to do with anybody being, you know, foreign or anything like that. But my dad's an immigrant. He came from another country and spoke a different language. And I just think, you know, sometimes you categorize people by where they're from. So like my family's from Poland. So a lot of Polish men, they drink and they smoke, right? And Mr. New Year's, where he's from, that's also a big characterization of men from his country. That's what they do. And that's just not what I was ever attracted to. And I never in a million years thought I would be dating a man from another country with an accent who has 3 kids, but here I am doing it and loving it. So
And smokes and drinks.
Well, he doesn't smoke. He vapes, which I guess isn't the same. But he's also quitting because I apparently
Guilted him.
And threw his vape in the pool. I don't remember though. So did it really happen?
No.
Right. If I don't remember, it didn't happen. So we're looking through pictures on his phone while we're in the hotel room, and he's swiping. And I'm like, wait, stop. I'm like, who is that? And he's like, that's the girl that you were hanging out with at the bar. I'm like, when? And he's like, yesterday. And I'm like, what? Go back. No idea. So I play the live. Apparently I knocked some girl down. We're standing on the swim up bar stools, and we're like dancing or something. And I don't know if she went to go fall down or what happened, but I went to go grab her, and we like sat down on the bar together. No idea who she was. He's like, you were hanging out with her for hours at the bar. I'm like, yeah, I don't remember her.
Yeah, I have no recollection of this.
Yeah. So I don't know. Really good drinks or really bad drinks? One of the two.
Combination of both.
It could be both. Yeah. But I was in a safe place. So
Maybe they roofied you.
That's what I'm saying. You know how like sometimes they say in Mexico it's not actually the alcohol that's in the bottle? So that's happened to me once before in Mexico. But really bad experience. This wasn't a bad experience. This was fun.
Right.
Yeah. But
interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to investigate these photos.
Yeah. There were some good photos, and we had some matchy photos, which we totally didn't plan because we haven't been together long enough to have matchy outfits. But it just kind of worked out where he was like, babe, what are you wearing? And I'm like, I'm going to wear this color. And he's like, oh, I have a shirt that color. And it just kind of worked. So,
which
really cute.
makes me laugh because my boyfriend and I, when we go on vacation, we purposely match.
plan it. Yeah.
We like, I'll pick out whatever I'm going to wear. And he's like, all right, just pick out shirts, whatever. And he leaves it up to me. So I always just pick coordinating matching shirts. And like we went on a cruise and I had a blue dress on, he had a blue shirt on, and everybody's like, oh, you guys match, you look so cute. So
I love when guys are open to doing that, because some guys are like, that's so corny, I don't want to do that, you know, whatever. But like with Mr. New Year's, I was like, oh, so we can get like matching Christmas PJs next year. And he's like, I'm so totally down for it. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I love this. Like he's so into it. He's like, whatever you want, babe. And I'm like, wow, I am not used to hearing that. You know, whatever you want, babe. So that was cute. Oh, we were the king and queen of karaoke, by the way. Yeah.
What did we sing?
So I first sang Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker. And the funniest part about it was the woman who was introducing us, like the entertainment staff lady, she introduced me in Spanish and had no idea that I spoke Spanish. And so she told the entire crowd that I was a professional singer from New Jersey.
Oh, God.
And so the crowd's going wild. So then I turned around to her in Spanish and I was like, why are you lying to everybody? And she was like, oh, you speak at the Spanish? And it was great. And I was like, sí, mentirosa. And she's like, oh my God. I'm like, adios mío. And like the crowd's laughing. Everybody's laughing. And so I proceeded to tell the crowd I was not a professional singer from New Jersey, although I was from New Jersey.
Did you start getting booed?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently I was like the best karaoke singer that night, or that resort has ever seen, because they went wild, and I'm not really sure why. There's video evidence of this floating somewhere, so we might be able to find it.
Okay.
So I sang Wagon Wheel, and then after that she came back up and she's like, will you sing again? And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, no, like, please, will you sing again? And I'm
You're like, twist my arm.
okay, fine. So then I sang Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
Okay.
Totally killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it. And then she came up to us again. She's like, can you guys do a duet? Because he had sang too. So he did like Sweet Caroline. He did a couple country songs and stuff. So then we sang Shallow.
That has to be interesting with his accent.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was fun. I also definitely have video evidence of that because that's on my phone.
Okay, then I definitely need to see that.
Yeah, I can show you that.
Okay.
And then we sang Shallow together. That was our duet. So that was really cute. And then by the second karaoke night, everybody wanted me to sing again, but I was sick. So I got really sick on our last day there. And hence the not great sounding voice right now.
The nasal.
Yes. I sound extra annoying today.
You look a lot better than when you came home.
Oh, I look like
that much.
death when I came home.
Yeah, you were in rough shape. When you stopped to get the dog, you were like dead.
I couldn't breathe. That was the worst plane ride back because my ears, I thought my drums were going to rupture. They were like so pressurized from like the equilibrium and the altitude and everything. I was in pain. I was in a lot of pain on that flight. So I got home and I called Teladoc and they called in antibiotics. But by that point, the pharmacy was already closed. So I had to wait for the next morning to get them. So I was in pretty rough shape. But I'm feeling better now. I'm on day 3 of antibiotics. So
3 or 4?
I picked them up Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, so it's day 3. Yeah.
So definitely not contagious, but I'm still.
Thank God you're not contagious considering you're sitting on my lap.
That's because you miss me.
Oh, God, that's so funny.
So,
well, I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you came home.
Thanks for watching my dog for me again.
Oh, I'll take her anytime. She was good. I had no problems. You know, I find it absolutely hysterical. You bring the dog, and I have the 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they're fine. I never have any problems with them. They don't fight.
No.
They don't.
They're so chill.
They really are. I have 0 issues with them. You get here, and all hell breaks loose.
Madness, mayhem, and pandemonium.
I don't understand.
You know, my dog is super overprotective of me, and I think that has something to do with it.
Maybe, but chaos
Yeah.
ensued when you got here. I'm like, this was
You're
not
like,
a
all
thing.
week. All week she was fine.
Yeah, all week she was quiet. There was the dogs didn't fight.
Yeah.
There was no bickering, nothing.
Yep.
You got here and Kaya hates Toby hates Kaya. I'm like, what is going on?
That's not true. They were just like siblings getting into their little,
Sibling rivalries.
Yeah, that's it. And then they get back together and it's love all over again.
Oh, I love you. I hate you. I need you.
That's
I
what
want
happens.
you.
And now, let sleeping dogs lie.
Yes, please let sleeping dogs lie.
It's nice and quiet.
It
you don't
is.
hear children's.
Well, for what it's worth, we only have 1 child here today.
Yes, but there's multiple children in the background with child. FaceTime and apps and.
I actually haven't even heard her Usually I can hear her, and I don't hear anything, so that makes me wonder what
Well, I
she's
mean, you
doing.
did tell her that you were going to cut off her fourth finger if you heard her talk while we were recording, so
This is
maybe
true.
that had something to do with it. Totally kidding. Totally killing. Please don't call DIFUS. Or CPS or any other child protective agencies.
No, I would never
The child
hurt
is
any
fine
of
and
my-
safe, and all of the fingers are attached, and there were no threats. I was just kidding. This is a PSA. Children are safe.
Wow.
Coming from a certified foster mom, there were no children harmed in the filming of today's podcast.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. I can't.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad, like I was saying, you came home in one piece.
Alive.
You didn't get married, which was a huge concern.
It was a close call. Did I tell you about the two women who took off their engagement rings and told them to marry me?
You know, you did tell me that people were offering their rings.
So at one point, he was talking to a bunch of the people from the group that we were with, and he was telling them our whole story, how we had first met and what had happened, and then how we reconnected and what had happened, and then how we're connecting again. And, you know, he was telling them how he felt about me, and everybody was like, oh my God, this is fate. How could your paths cross so many times, this, that, and the other thing. And when he kept telling them how he felt about me, literally two women took off their rings and handed them to Mr. New Year's and was like, go ask her to marry you now. Because he told them, he's like, I'm going to marry her. She's going to be my wife. And they're like, go do it now, go do it now. And they're literally handing him rings. And he turns around and he was like, I haven't met her dad and I haven't met her daughter. And I'm not going to ask her before I ask them.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation that we're not going to get into
I
right
lost
now.
it. I started crying and I was like, I can't with this man. Like, where did he come from?
Yeah.
So he handed them back and he goes, I'm going to ask her. He goes, and when I do, it's going to be the ring of her dreams. And it's going to be after I ask her dad and after I ask her daughter. And I was like, yeah. So,
Oh, I hear.
yep.
Heard
Life.
her that time.
Yeah, she wouldn't be laughing if her finger was cut off, by the way.
This
So,
is true.
proof. All the fingers are there.
All the fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
We're going to have to talk about that, though.
Yeah. What color do you want to wear for my wedding bridesmaid dresses?
Not green.
Not green?
We have to make sure that that's
Okay.
not
green.
Not green.
Okay.
What time of the year are we going to get married?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I guess it
Destination
depends.
or here?
So I'm thinking destination. I would like to get married in a castle in his country,
Oh, that would be fun.
right? So he actually sent me a link to this castle, and I was like, that'd be amazing. And to have all of our friends and family stay at the castle and party like rock stars in a freaking castle.
That would be
because
cool.
I was like, I think that'd be great. Like have a day where like I feel like a princess. And he was like, absolutely not. And I was like, what? And he's like, you are my queen, not a princess.
Aww.
My heart.
Oh, Annabelle even
Annabelle
agreed.
too. Like, she's even on board. So yeah. So I think that would be really cool to do something like that.
That would be cool. So, are we thinking formal wedding then?
Yes.
Are we thinking like black tie formal, or are we thinking like typical wedding formal?
Probably typical wedding formal?
Okay. So
I'd have
then I
to
think it would
see.
depend on what time of the year,
Yeah.
because like if you're gonna do a fall
Yeah.
wedding, you don't want to be wearing like bright summer colors.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I
bright
mean?
orange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not that I would want to wear bright orange,
No,
but
just throw it out there.
you know, you would want that. You'd want it to fit the theme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I know he says like the best time to go to his country is the beginning of August because there's this big like bank holiday. So maybe it would be around then.
That would be doable because I probably wouldn't have children's
Yeah.
that time of the year.
Yeah, and we can go frolic in a castle.
Cause all kinds of mayhem.
Right? Tell me about it. I think that'd be fun.
be
And then I
interesting.
think we'd probably do something here too, just, you know, for anybody who wasn't able to go. And
Right.
Yeah.
So many conversations to be had.
I know. And I know it's so crazy that we're even having these conversations. But again, it's not like we just started dating. We've
Yeah,
been
it's not
seeing
like
each
you
other.
don't know who he is.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
It's just that we're finally on the same page at the same time. And we're both like, yes, we agree. We feel the same way at the same time. This is great.
Amazing.
It's great. I'm happy.
I'm so happy for you.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at you being a whole ass adult now.
I know. I'm so embarrassed. I feel like I'm turning red like my sweatshirt. Maroon, whatever you want to call me.
I would say that's maroon.
By the way, did you notice my tan from coming back from vacation?
Nope, not even a little bit.
That's bullshit because I tried really hard. If I showed you my ass, you'd notice it because it's bare, white, and then tan.
So
Sis. Did you notice it when I was in the shower? Yeah, you can say it. It's fine.
I was gonna go there.
Yeah.
I did notice.
Please tell our listeners and our viewers how you were watching me in the shower, Nikita. Tell them, because that's not creepy at all. No. Tell them how you were watching me in the shower and then you impersonated me to Mr. New Year's on the phone.
I did impersonate.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
All right, so tell me about your views while you were sitting on the toilet.
I did notice a little bit of a tan line.
Thank you.
If that's what you want to call it.
Thank you. Yes. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I feel like I should spray tan before going back to work. Just so people aren't like, I
God.
thought you were on vacation. Be like, I was. Then like, you don't look like it. Do you remember when I spray tanned for my friend's wedding? This was probably like 2017, 2018.
What I did your makeup for.
And I came to your house right after I spray tanned. And
I was like, what happened to you?
I had never spray tanned before. And I was like so embarrassed because I was doing the one where somebody actually tans you and it wasn't the machine.
Yeah.
And I had to get fully naked in front of this chick. And she was like pretty hot. And she was really cool. So that made it feel better for me. But like, she was beautiful. And I had to get naked in front of her. And I was like, I had babies.
They don't care.
She never had babies. I know. But it was my first time doing it, you know? So kind of like my other really good friend. She's like my childhood best friend. And she goes for her waxing.
Yeah.
And she said her wax lady. Did I say wax lady?
No, I think you said
Can you
wax
say
lady.
wax lady 3 times fast?
Probably not.
Okay, so her wax lady.
Wax lady, wax lady, wax lady.
Well,
I can!
But that wasn't fast.
Oh.
Wax lady, wax lady, wax lady. I can do it. It
Wax
just
lady.
sounds funny.
Wax lady.
So she said she gets really set at ease when she goes for her waxes down there because the wax lady looks like me. So she's like,
It's not creepy.
yeah, she's like, it makes me feel better. Like she's not a complete stranger because she reminds me of you.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay. So if you just want me to, thanks. I was like, if you just want me to wax you next time, you know, let me know. She's like, yeah, I'll let you know about
She's
that one.
my hero, if that's what I could never get that waxed like that.
Yeah. The only thing I've ever had waxed were my eyebrows, and I was
Yeah.
not a fan. So.
My eyebrows don't bother me.
Yeah.
I used to actually get my lip waxed too.
Oh, really?
That one I was not a fan of, but
No. I've never waxed anything else, and I don't think I could or would. No.
no.
No, that scares me.
Yeah, I wouldn't wax down there. I wouldn't do like the people who do like Brazilians like
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
I can't even imagine. Like, what an awkward thing, too. Are they, like, spread your cheeks, spread your
I mean, they have to.
lips, spread all the things?
All the
like,
things.
Do they stretch you? Like, put you in different positions? Like, take your leg behind your head?
because you want the skin to be tight.
How do you get it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's not my cup of tea.
That'd be really weird. What if, like, you made noises while it was happening? Like, I'd be so embarrassed. I'd be like, oh my God, I just queefed in front of my Brazilian wax lady. Like, I'd be so embarrassed.
I just queefed in front of my Brazilian wax lady.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and the best part is when you take that clip for our little social media snippets, it's going to sound like I did something that I never did. It was a hypothetical, people. It was a hypothetical.
Or was it really?
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to tune in and listen to find out what happened with me and my non-Brazilian wax lady since I've never been waxed.
Oh, good God, help us all.
I love where our conversations go.
They are interesting.
I didn't know this was happening.
This was not what was on the agenda at all tonight.
But like I said, sometimes I'm just as surprised as the things that come out of my mouth as everybody else is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Shocker.
So when is the next vacation with Mr. New Year's?
So he has invited me to go on vacation with him and his kids for spring break. Mm-hmm. And he has invited all of my friends and family. He said the more the merrier.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you decide you want to change your plans.
Well, my plans include me and my children going to South Carolina.
Right. So, like I said, if you want to change your plans, come on vacation with us.
Do you even know what you're doing or where you're going?
So he usually does an all-inclusive resort with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had spoken about that. And I was like, oh, have you ever done a cruise with the kids? And he's like, no. And I'm like, have you ever been on a cruise? And he said, no. So I was saying how much fun it is and how many different activities there are
Mm-hmm.
and how it'd be a great thing for the kids. And he said he's totally game to try it. So he had texted the kids to see what they thought about it. And they are so excited. And they immediately started sending him reels of different things and different cruise ships and places
I
to
love
see and things
cruises.
too. Yeah. So I thought it would be a really great idea for him. And he was laughing because his oldest daughter is in college and she was not going to go on spring break vacation with them because her spring break doesn't align with her brothers and sisters' spring break.
Okay.
Since they're still in high school. So she's like, no, I'm not going to go. And as soon as he told her that I was going, she's like, yeah, no, that sounds great. I'm going to come. And he's like, what? What do you mean you're going to come? And she's like, well, if she's coming, I'm coming.
Oh.
Yeah. So I thought that was, I was like, well, would you rather it be the opposite and her not want to go because I was going? It's like, of course not. I can't even do his accent. I can't.
Give up on it.
I know. I can't do it justice. It's great.
Do you think he would ever come on the podcast just so we can have everybody experience his accent?
1,000%, without a doubt. But then he'd probably take my role, and then it'd be like a new podcast, and it'd be like the New Year and Nikita.
The New Year and Nikita.
I know, and I'd get kicked off my own show. He would definitely come on the podcast.
Just so people can hear the accent.
Yeah,
Because you're doing it no justice whatsoever.
No, I know. I can't do it at all. That's the thing that he says. Not at all. That's not even what it sounds like.
No.
No, but it's great. It's so great. I didn't hear it as much at first, like when we had first started dating. Mm-hmm. And I think he was like very conscious of it, but now I think he's just so comfortable around me that it just comes out. Mm-hmm. And the more it comes out, the more I love it.
Aww.
But I'm just still learning what things mean. So like when I came out of the room one day that we were in Mexico, and he's like, I love you, Platt.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, what? So he repeated exactly what I heard. I love you, Platt. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought you said. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, but what does it mean? And he's like, you Platt. And I was like, what? And he's like, your braid. And I was like, oh, thank you. A braid is called a plait.
Interesting.
I had no idea. So that was a good one. So I'm still
What other
learning.
interesting words have you learned?
Oh, so my favorite one was garage.
Garage.
No, garage.
Garage.
With a D. Yes,
Oh.
garage. So when he first said that to me, I said, what? And he said, garage. And I said, oh, carriage. And he's like, no, garage. I'm like, what is a garage? And he's like, a garage. I'm like, could you spell?
I don't know what that is.
I'm like, could you spell it for me, right? Because I'm really good with spelling, me and my grammar
yeah.
Nazism. So he's like, GARIDGE. And I'm like, nope, no, what is that? He's like, where you park your car. I'm like, oh, a garage? Yeah, a garage. I'm like, oh, yeah. So that's another really good one. He says straight away instead of like soon or quick, like I'll be there straight away.
Oh, okay.
So that one is a cute one too. He says ye a lot.
Ye.
Yeah. So that's cute. Or he says me, like, me pants.
Instead of my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning. I'm going to, I think, put together a list of some of them and some of my favorites. And,
this would be interesting.
yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So I just want to see him like in his environment back at home with his friends or his family, and I just want to see it come all out full force.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure he'll be speaking English and I won't understand a word that he's saying. He's gonna like smile and nod. And, like,
Smile and nod.
yes.
Now, do his kids speak the language?
Gaelic? Oh.
The language?
No. So believe it or not.
Do they have accents?
No. So they were all born here.
Okay.
They're all born here. And it's considered a dead language. Nobody really speaks it anymore.
Okay.
And so they only actually teach it in school, I think up until high school. So everybody still has to learn it that goes to school there. But the part that blows my mind is his parents don't even speak it.
Really?
So his parents were...
Do they live there or do they live here?
They live there now.
Okay.
But they lived in other countries growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So they moved to his country when they had him. So they weren't like born and raised there, but he was. Mm-hmm. So to me, it just kind of blew my mind that he spoke a language that his parents didn't speak.
Yeah,
could you imagine your kids coming home from school every day and learning to speak the language for the country that you live in and you don't speak it? And again, like you said, it is a dead language and everybody that lives in that country speaks English.
Right.
But just the fact that, your kids are learning a language of the country that you live in and you don't speak it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. So he speaks it. His kids don't speak it.
Do you think they would want to learn it from him?
I think it's something similar to what I went through growing up. So every Friday, my brother and I had to go to Polish school. Mm-hmm. So between 6 and 9, we were at Polish school every Friday. All the other kids were having sleepovers or, parties at their friend's house.
For that.
I hated it. I hated that they forced me to learn it. And I wish now I had paid more attention. Like
But can you speak Polish?
I can speak it like conversationally. I
Right.
wouldn't by any
But
means
it's
say
not
that
perfect.
I'm fluent.
Okay.
No. And I can't read it and I can't write it
Right.
at all.
That was me with my grandmother. Like, I could converse with my grandmother in Italian.
Yeah.
Couldn't read it, couldn't couldn't write it.
Yeah.
But I could get away enough talking to my grandmother.
Right. So, like, if, I need to know where to go to eat or what's in the food or where the bathroom is or get directions to somewhere, I can get by. But by no means is my Polish as good as even my Spanish. I feel like my Spanish is probably better than my Polish.
Now, both your parents speak Polish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I wish that I had paid more attention to when they sent me to Polish school. I wish I would have taken it more seriously. I wish I would have understood how much more that would have meant to me now then. But of course I didn't. And after probably about 3 or 4 years of just being complete assholes to our parents, they were like, fine, forget it. Just stop going to Polish school. So I think that's probably how his kids feel about it. Like, they don't really care. But they do go back to the country, and he used to send them for like 6 weeks every summer, so they would spend time with his family. And
they like going?
They love going.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, and he like lives on an island, so they go surfing and
that's
water
cool.
and everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's so exciting.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Let's go.
When?
August, first week of August.
This August?
Yeah.
I can't go this August.
Why?
Because I have other plans for this summer.
Oh, we have other plans for the first week of August?
Actually, I think I just get back around then. I forget what dates, because my boyfriend and I have plans for the summer. I forget the exact dates off the top of my head.
Sounds to me like you'll be available.
Possibly.
All right.
But I'm not going to have the vacation time, though. Because I have to go pick my kids up, too.
You're going to have the sick time?
I don't have sick time.
You're going to have the personal time?
Don't have personal time.
What if you got abducted? And we put in a missing persons report. I know someone who could help us file it.
On that note, I think we need to stop. Oh my god! It's getting hot here.
It's getting hot in here. Let's take off all our clothes. I am getting so hot. I mean, am I wrong? Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I have a child staring at us like we're nuts.
Well, that's because we are nuts.
Yeah. On that note, I think we need to stop now.
Yeah, I think we're done. Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us on Two Voices.
One vibe.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.